Oh, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
My cousin
Oh, no.
got an N64! And later a GameCube with Pokemon Snap! I had to come to the island from northern Alberta to play Pokemon Snap, unless we could find a McDonald's that happened to have a version.
You never rented it from Blockbuster?
No, but I did rent a PlayStation 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Was there wasn't a Blockbuster up where you were living in northern Alberta, was there?
No,
No.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
I was on holidays for the summer.
I see. I see.
I had to walk to the store. It took 2 hours.
Uphill both ways.
It was pretty flat.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty flat up there.
See, the trucks hadn't been out to water the roads to keep the dust down.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
That's what we do up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you water the roads.
Yeah. You just drive around and you just drip water all over the roads and spray.
In the summer,
Gravel
not the
road.
winter.
Yeah.
Ah.
Gravel
Yeah.
roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the winter, there's lots of water on the roads.
It might in fact be coal pack, which is they use a tar mix, an oil mix, and then they pat the gravel so it's hard, but it's not real road.
It's nice when I come up here once a year and y'all tell me things about Canada. I'm just like, I don't know if they're bussing it with me or not.
No, that's all real.
Not Canada, northern Alberta. Still technically Canada, still its own world.
Yeah, none of the roads in Northwest Territories or anything like that were coal pack. It was just gravel. And then they tried to pave the Mackenzie Highway, and it was a bad idea.
How long did you live in the Northwest?
Not that long.
Okay.
6 years.
That's a long time.
That's a significant amount of time.
Yeah. But at the time, the roads were gravel.
Right.
So you just grade it a couple times a year, and you're good.
Fair. That's
and
fair.
then like, oh no, we've got to pave it. And that meant that every year when it went to -40, the road,
Yeah.
You get
and
the
they had to
ripple
repave
effect.
it every time.
Right.
You get that washboard, which
Yeah.
is very fun when you're learning how to drive on your stepfather's Crown Victoria with comfort steering.
Bus stop.
That's not-
Hey, bus stop.
Bus stop. Baby bus stop.
I didn't have that hard a life, so I have no competing stories. I'm glad that you're up here doing this for us, though.
The other fun part about Yellowknife is that you can only go in and out for part of the year. In the summer, it's fine because there's a ferry
Right.
across the river, and in the winter, it's fine because you drive across.
Right.
But in the middle, when there's too much ice for the ferry to run, but it's not solid enough for you to be able to drive on it, you just can't.
Oh, you're just kind of locked out.
Yeah, unless you want to fly.
Woof.
As
Yep.
seen on the TV show Ice Road Truckers.
Probably.
Yeah.
Huh.
Another fun thing is that all construction equipment might sink into the swamp if it doesn't have platforms to drive upon when it melts, when it
That sounds more
thaws.
familiar.
Yep.
Yeah, that's isn't so much a problem
Lose your backhoe.
here,
Oh, no,
here
my
in
backhoe.
Victoria.
No, here you get to use explosions to get down there. Into the clay. The most delicious looking clay on planet Earth.
Do they not have to blast and
No!
No, it's soft.
really?
They can dig through the ground pretty easily, yeah.
And if they find
thought
rocks,
there'd be like
they
this-
shoot
I thought-
water into the rocks to destroy them.
I thought there would be. I thought the shield went underneath there as well.
Oh,
That's
not to Alberta now.
East side
Yeah.
of the country.
Canadian Shield extends up through almost all of Manitoba and I think barely just catches the edge of Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was over here too.
No.
I guess I'm not the.
BC, as I remember from social studies in grade 5, BC is what's known as the Cordillera, and it's just trees upon trees upon trees.
you have a lot of trees.
Then we have the Rocky Mountains and the prairies start, and the prairies go through, it's arable land and whatnot for the most part, going all the way through Alberta and Saskatchewan and most of Manitoba, except that Manitoba, because of where they are on Hudson's Bay, there's so much mining around Lake Churchill and all that kind of stuff, all northern Manitoba and whatnot.
I like to imagine because you see it often like when they're putting in new buildings around here, like you'll see like they'll dig the foundation and then they'll dig down, they'll get to the bedrock.
Yeah.
And they'll carve it all out
Yeah.
or go clean it all off, and so you
Make it as even as possible.
presumably they know that it's there, like they've done seismic or whatever stuff, so they know where it is.
Yeah.
But I always just imagine them like digging the basement or digging the parking garage or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And going down and just being like, well, crap.
We do this every year.
This is now going to get 10 times more expensive than it was before.
Yep. Now in northern Alberta, it's very easy to dig a basement, but it will be underwater most of the year.
So as long as you want a pool, you're fine.
Yeah, they built Calgary on a floodplain, and then were surprised when the rivers flooded like a decade or so ago.
Surprise Pikachu face.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't really talk in Greater Vancouver because we have Delta.
Right.
Right.
You
Exactly.
mean the floodplain that
On the
Vancouver's
river
built
delta.
on? It's weird how we keep doing this.
Let's fill in the river delta and then put a city there, and then be surprised when it tries to become a river again.
It's just like, the good land is by the river.
Yep.
Because it's nice and fertile, and you have nice views. And so what's more by the river than on the river, which we keep trying to do. It's like the closer you get to the river, the more chance of the river coming back at you.
Where I grew up in Medicine Hat, we had coulees, which are like basically Medicine Hat is built on 2 levels, and we referred to the lower lying lands as being either like the flats where everything was kind of built, and that's on like the river level and whatnot. But of course, the coulees are like those levels of they're not canyons because they're really, really spread out. But there's lots of high points and lots of the low points that kind of just keep repeating here and there because we're in an area called the Cypress Hills, which is it's like. That means that if you wanted to go anywhere, like I was reading the other day, I'm like, how long would it have taken me if I wanted to bike from my house to the public library, which is downtown? And I lived in a subdivision that was on top of this area, and that meant I would have had to go down. You have to go down a hill, which is a very long hill.
So the way there will be very fast.
Yes.
But the way back, not so much.
Sucks. Yeah. And so the thing is like, well, why wouldn't you just go to the library when you want to take out books? It's like, well, I have to ask my mother to drive me there so that we can go do that. And it's like, but just go. And I'm like, no, because if I'm a kid and I'm riding down there, it's going to take me maybe about an hour to get down there, maybe an hour and a half of riding to get down there. Just no tree cover. Like there's some trails and whatnot, but it's like no tree cover. It's just the bright sunlight, whatever. And then on the way back, there's this massive hill you have to walk up. And it's like, I'm exhausted from going to the library already. I don't want to do this anymore. And that's just kind of like between multiple areas of Medicine Hat, there's just the coulees and the river valley and everything carves up everything, so everything's like isolated from each other all over the place. So I didn't have it that bad, but it was
Sucks to not
No,
have
they
a
just
car.
made me ride the bike.
yeah, it just made you ride the bike. Yeah,
It has
And then the
been
bike would be stolen. And then you have to walk.
right.
it has been kind of fun to watch the Alberta contingent. You folk getting
Islandified.
islandified. So it's like, oh, that seems too far away.
I don't want to go out to Langford anymore.
No.
No.
When you never would think twice about driving an hour
Oh yeah.
It's 20 minutes.
in the prairies.
Yeah.
But here it's like, no, what, that's so far.
Yeah, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I don't want to do that every week. God.
No, that's such a commute.
Yeah.
Minutes you can't even get out of downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's just go anywhere in 20 minutes.
We would in university we'd be like, you guys want to go for dinner? Yeah, where do you want to go? Red Deer. And we'd leave.
That's 2 hours away.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour drive on the highway, 110, 120 kilometers an hour, so highway speeds, just down to a completely different town and go to Red Deer and get dinner and turn around and come back. That happened a couple of times.
Grand Prairie, my parents would drive out to Besançon.
Oh,
for ice
yeah.
cream.
Oh yeah.
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 See, I've done that, but only when it's a 2-hour drive on like the Sea to Sky Highway, which is nice and fun and twisty. I'm guessing that wasn't the case near Red Deer.
No, it's a divided highway.
was-
It's really straight.
Yeah, you just point you point your thing, you lock the steering wheel, and you fall asleep for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, dear.
2 lanes in both directions, but they're separated by like a 30-foot ditch.
Yeah.
Like,
But they could put a train in. They won't.
I was trying to think, like, I wonder, I don't know actually how long it is to get up to the north end of the island.
Well, if you want to go from here to Port Alberni, it's about a 2-hour drive. So I'm going to assume it's about 4.5 hours to go from here.
So I was just thinking, like 4 hours is basically the longest you can drive on Vancouver.
Yeah. And I even looked into that because apparently there's hot springs in the north end of Vancouver Island. They are only accessible by boat. So you drive up to where you can get to, and then you have to.
Are you sure they're on the same island?
They're not on the island itself. They're on another island that is.
That makes sense.
Why
With the
by
boat.
boat? Yes, but it is like it's impassable once you get to a certain point far enough up the island. The roads just kind of stop being roads you can drive on normally, and they'll turn into probably range roads and stuff.
That's where the seawolves are.
Yeah.
Keep them away.
Careful.
They keep people away.
So I won't be going to the hot springs on the island anytime soon.
But it is kind of fast. Like it's one of those weird things where, because it's where you grew up,
Yeah.
it seems you don't see what it seems normal
Yeah.
wherever you, but it's like, and the thing where you have to go on the ferry, and obviously here you have to get on the ferry to go anywhere onto the mainland or whatever, and it's like, yeah, that seems totally fine.
But at least on the island, it's like 400, 500,000 people all across the entire island. So there's lots of stuff they put here, which is great.
Yeah, it's a big enough, Victoria's big enough that it's relatively self-sufficient.
Where's the IKEA?
Yeah, could use one of those.
Except for those.
Where's the
Except for
Apple
that.
Store?
Yeah, that is our greatest shame.
They'll open 3 or 4 more Apple stores in Vancouver before we get one on the island. I'm almost certain of it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Y'all have a mall? You have a mall.
We
right?
have
few malls.
4 malls,
We
I
have
think,
mini
here.
malls,
Yeah.
yes.
We have the Bay Center downtown, which still counts as a mall.
Mayfair, Uptown.
Hillside.
Hillside.
And Tillicum.
Tillicum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to the western communities out to Langford, West Shore is also technically a mall. So you can go there as well. It's a power center. It has a bunch of big box stores and stuff too.
Neat.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
I just remember saying, Ireland, you can drive across the entire country in a couple hours.
6 hours, they say you can. Wow.
But they
Yeah.
say my parents tell a story of their a relative from the UK arriving or that was going to be coming into Canada, and then the daughter was going to be coming in to Canada, and she's like, oh, she's going to be arriving into Toronto. Could you go pick her up? They're like, it's closer for you to come and pick her up
That's funny.
from the UK.
My favorite story to tell is when we would go to cons in Vancouver quite often, and
Simon Fraser University.
yeah, good old SFU. Students who couldn't afford to get into, or students who failed out of UBC. I think that's what it stands for, SFU. My dad is an SFU alum, so yeah, I don't mind telling that joke. So anyway, we were, because we're anime club people in Alberta, and we were getting along with the anime club people who run stuff and the conventions, everything in BC. We did. And so I would volunteer to help with stuff because, of course, we're all driving out there and we rent minivans and stuff and would go out in big contingents of people. And it's like, I got this minivan. I can carry people if you want me to do anything to help out. And they're like, sure. Would you be willing to drive our guests back to their hotels, go down the mountain with them and take them back? I'm like, sure, not a problem. So one night they said, can you come pick them up, Beach? I'm like, sure. I show up in my con gear in the minivan because I'm like, I'm going to just do this. This will be fine. And the J-rock band BZ, B''Z, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Biz, yeah, got into the van because they were the musical guests there. And they're just they're looking at me weird because you've seen what my outfit looks like.
Are you the first Canadian they've met?
No, they've played for, this is like their, because I'm picking it up after they've done some shows and stuff and then whatever.
Okay.
So I'm driving them back to their hotel. And I say, hello, and they're like, oh, hello, and they were assured by the guest wrangler, this guy is okay. Like he volunteers with us. You can trust him. He's okay. He'll take you where you need to go. And of course, nobody else. The volunteer didn't get in the van with me to give me directions. So I'm like, I hope I remember how to get to the hotel properly. And they all, a few of them speak a little bit of English.
Maybe somebody in chat could post a picture of Beej in his on outfit so people know.
I didn't have the hakama back then. But I think it was them that year. So anyway, they get in, and they are asking me in very halting English about like, oh, like are you from from Canada? I'm like, yes. And they see my happy, which has Matsuri on the back, and they're the ones who told me what it said because nobody else could tell me what it said. And they're like, oh, Matsuri. I'm like, oh, thank you. And they asked me where I'm from, and I say I'm from Edmonton. They don't know where that is. I was like, Alberta. They don't know where that is. And I said, okay. From Vancouver, right? I drove here from Edmonton, and they're kind of following along. And then I'm like, it is. And then I'm like, okay, I can do this in Japanese. I'm like, how long is the drive? I'm like, I go sen, and they're like, oh, because that's 1,000. And I go ropyaku, and they go, oh, because that's 600. So I drove 1,600 kilometers, right, to get here. And they're just like blowing their mind.
Superman!
Yeah, they're just blowing out like, you are strong, you are Superman. And 1,600 kilometers doesn't seem like a lot to me because it's like, and it's like all in one day.
The weather's good, yeah.
You can do that. But they're blown away by this. And of course, 1,600 kilometers in Japan is a huge chunk of Japan to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Japan,
Whereas for us, it's like, that's just what you drive to get from one place to another. It's not a big deal. We do that you can do that in a single day if you're young.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they were, so it was very cool. It was nice meeting them.
It was nice meeting you, B.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Goodbye, butterfly.
Bye.
Goodbye, Lady Butterfly.
Just like that, she's gone.
Butterflies don't live long. You notice the aging already.
That is true, yeah.
That would have been funny if they asked me, why wouldn't you take the train? And I would have just laughed and laughed. It's like, that would have taken 3 days.
I used to regularly drive 6 hours there and back for concerts or shows. Just do it all in one day, drive back after the show's over.
Yeah.
Not as much anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah, it turns out time comes for us all.
Eventually it's like, I get sick of doing this. Why would I keep wanting to drive like that?
Sometimes, and eventually you realize, I can just get a cheap hotel room.
Yeah.
That's just an option I have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when you're going to conventions with friends, being like, we can get a hotel room that has the number of beds that there are people.
Yeah, or
Multiple
a second
don't have to
hotel
share
room.
beds. Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually be comfortable.
We don't have to build a nest on the floor.
We can exchange money for comfort.
I like this. Finan asked 3 days how how does it take you 3 days to go from Vancouver to Edmonton on a train? It's because the only trains that we have are via rail in this side of Canada, and via rail travels at a blistering 50 kilometers an hour.
Woof.
Yep. 5 kilometers an hour. Or wait, no. This is we're going at 45 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
45 miles an
45
hour.
miles.
Yeah.
Like substantially faster.
Yeah.
That's because that via rail does not. So the freight companies in Canada won right of way. So every train in Canada, if a freight train comes along, you have to give that one right away and let it go by. So the passenger rail also goes slower as well. And yeah, we just don't have higher speed. They're trying to keep installing it, but on this side of Canada, it's just incredibly expensive and takes a long time. And it's a great tourist thing if you want to do it, but you will pay thousands of dollars to ride a train, and it will take you forever.
Just the country's really darn big.
Yep.
It's very expensive. It's another scale thing. My dad, when my dad was a young man, he rode his bike across Canada, solo.
Wow.
And he didn't really know. My dad is, he's a pretty not reckless, but he just kind of jumps into things. So he didn't really know. He was like, if I go to the east, I'll get there.
Right.
And so he would just buy the road map of the province when he entered, when he got to the province, right?
Wow.
Go through BC, go through Alberta, go through Saskatchewan, and okay, I'm most of the way to Ontario. I've only got one province left.
Yeah.
You buy your Manitoba map. unfold, 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 unfold.
It just keeps going. And the problem is, once you get into Ontario from Manitoba, it's not anything interesting at that point.
Yeah, and you have to get quite a while
Gotta
into
wait
Ontario
as
before you
farther.
get to, like, Ottawa and Toronto.
Yeah.
7 days till Thunder Bay. Oh my God. Can always stop in Sault Ste. Marie.
But yeah, I remember the miles to kilometers conversion, and I was not realizing that, like, the Back to the Future 88 miles an hour. I was like, that doesn't seem that fast to me.
Reasonably
Like,
quick.
that's like highway speed. And it's like, no. That's 88 kilometers, kilometers an hour is different.
Yeah.
88 miles an hour is actually pretty fast.
I found a neat trick of questionable usefulness, because you can also just do times 1.6 in your head, but the miles to kilometers conversion almost exactly follows the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you know 2, 3, 5, 8,
Yeah.
13,
Yep.
then you know that 80 miles an hour is 130 kilometers an hour.
Because it's just the next
It's
one
just
up or the next one
number.
back.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like,
So 88
Bizarre.
is 130 plus 13, so it's 143.
Yeah.
one of those like weird coincidental math things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's close. It's close, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Right? So you can use it to make really good guesses, but you should not use it for actual. But it
Yeah.
is great to know it's like, because Camware Hatch said 88 is 141, and you're like, yeah, it's 143. It's like
143.
that's
It's
close enough to matter, right? So
Close enough, and it's a little bit easier to do than doing 1.6 in your head.
see what I do if I know if I'm starting with kilometers, and usually I'm not. I'm starting with miles per hour. Is I divide by 5 and multiply by 8, because it's a 5 to 8 ratio.
Right.
And that's if you look at how it breaks down, like the Fibonacci thing as well. Somebody did the whole thing of like, okay, well, this is what this is, and you follow the Fibonacci sequence for miles to kilometers. But then you actually look at what the ratio is. The closest one is 5. The one between 5 and 8. So 50 kilometers an hour, or 50 miles an hour is 80 kilometers an hour. Kind of, very, very close. It's like 80.4 or 80.6 or something like that.
Right.
So that's just what I've always done, has been like, oh, if we're driving 55, I can't drive 55. It's like, okay, so I can't drive 88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good enough that if you're driving in the U.S. with a car that only has a kilometer per hour speedometer, you can do the conversion in your head and it'll keep you out of jail.
Yeah.